Could it be argued that Turbo is better than Shiba Inu and Dogecoin in certain aspects? Arguably, I would say yes, even though that's not financial advice. Now, why do I think so? It's because when I take a look at it, first of all, I'm totally aware of the fact that when it comes to the fans, the hype, and also the passion and the drive when it comes to the community, Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, they completely embarrass Turbo. I mean, it really does, in my opinion. It's kind of embarrassing, actually. But even besides that, I don't think it's all bad, though, when it comes to Turbo, because the aspect in which I think it's better than Shiba Inu and Dogecoin is the hypothetical percentage price increase in the next 6 to 10 months. Because let's face it, I think the days of Shiba Inu and Dogecoin doing those amazing numbers, it's a little bit in the past, right? It feels like it's in the rear view mirror. It feels like the best days are behind Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, but the better days seem to be ahead when it comes to Turbo, which isn't a bad thing on Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. That's a testament as to how well they did and how amazing their community is. So that's a big thumbs up for me. However, as of right now, because I missed out on Shiba Inu, because I missed out on Dogecoin, what am I going to focus on instead? That is something called Turbo, because Turbo going to the price of 50 cents. Considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $34.5 billion. So it's not that bad considering how Dogecoin back in 2021 exceeded a market cap of above $80 billion. So I don't think it's too bad, again, this amount. But even besides that, 50 cents is around a 90x from here. Now let's take a look at this logically. Can Shiba Inu do, let's say, a 90x in the next 6 to 10 months? Absolutely not. Could Dogecoin do that? Of course not, hypothetically, in my opinion. Keep in mind, Dogecoin currently has a market cap that is around $25.5 billion. That can't do around a 90x from here. Now, what market cap do I think Dogecoin could hypothetically reach? Personally, I believe that Dogecoin could at least go to the price of $1, but really seeing the market cap, let's say, go to around 150 billion or something like that, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever during this bull run. Shiba Inu, let's say, go into a market cap of around, 60 billion to maybe even 80 billion. That wouldn't surprise me whatsoever during a fully fledged bull run, but they can't do like a 90x from here, right? In my opinion. So logically speaking, I would even ask myself this question. What would have an easier time, let's say even doing a 10x in the next 6 to 10 months? I'm not saying that Shiba Inu and Dogecoin can't necessarily, maybe do that. Who knows, right? In the world of cryptocurrencies, we've seen a lot of things happen, so I can't say for 100% sure. But in my opinion, logically, it would make more sense for me to see, Turbo having an easier time doing a 10x because the market cap required would be a lot lower. Now, some people may be thinking, okay, you're saying Turbo is kind of low in all this, but it doesn't guarantee, future performance. And I'll get that, right? Something that is low doesn't guarantee that it's going to grow. However, the way to take a look at it is that I just don't see why not. And let me explain why. Let's take a look at how Turbo is a meme coin created by AI. Now, this is nothing really special in the grand scheme of things because it doesn't have any fantastic AI capabilities, but it's a good marketing, gimmick. I would say it's a good, attention grabbing sort of, statement because people are kind of bored of just these boring meme coins. Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, they could get away with being a little bit boring like years ago because they are the pioneers. But as of right now, a meme coin can't really survive just kind of copying, Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. There needs to be other layers when it comes to Turbo. That's why Turbo, when you take a look at it, even utility-wise, there's a lot of hype and anticipation over the Turbo chain. Also the Turbo Swap, which is basically a decentralized exchange. Now, the attention as of right now is a little bit kind of not really there because Turbo didn't do the best and had a big price pullback, but I think that's still good news nonetheless for the future of it, especially once the market starts picking up in a massive way. As of right now, we're seeing an okay recovery, but I'm just saying in a very massive way. And also, not to mention, when I take a look at something like Turbo as well, they even not too long ago had a partnership with a subsidiary of Animoca Brands. That's really massive right there because if we take a look at, for instance, another subsidiary that Animoca Brands has, it's something called Sandbox, which is arguably one of the biggest, if not potentially even the biggest, metaverse currently. Many people would argue. So that right there, I think, is very good news, again, for the future of Turbo. And sometimes Turbo is overlooked, but again, the way to take a look at it is that it's a very special meme coin. Arguably, I think it's just a much better pick for me when it comes to Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. I can't go back into the past, right? I can't say, oh man, if only I acquired Shiba Inu and Dogecoin years ago. I can't do that. I can't just jump up and down and get mad and just hope to go back in time. I can't do that. So instead of complaining and just, basically being angry for no reason, I would rather just take a look at what is in front of me as of right now, and that's Turbo. I'm going to believe in that. And I feel like all I have to do right now is just stay patient because the market's going to wake up when it's going to want to wake up. So I'm going to be hypothetically prepared for that by just constantly accumulating, holding, and just waiting. That's it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going like all in randomly when it comes to Turbo. Again, I'm just accumulating on a consistent basis and just waiting because usually altcoins, as a worst case scenario, they typically peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event, and the last Bitcoin halving event happened in April of last year. So 18 months from then would actually mean around October this year. Is this a guarantee? Absolutely not, but I'm going to pay attention to it nonetheless. And even if I see other factors regarding this, I just kind of feel like why not, right? Because take a look at the Bitcoin ETF, the Ethereum ETF, how there's more cryptocurrency owners than ever before in history, allegedly, as of right now, according to Crypto.com research, at over 600 million. I do believe that the sky's the limit, really, this time around. And I think something that is even more shocking to me is the fact that we have never even seen Bitcoin at the price of $150,000, and we still have this many crypto owners. So imagine if it's like, Bitcoin going to 200,000 or whatever, and 250,000, 300,000, would there be 700 million crypto owners? Let's say even 800 million or maybe even more? Who knows? Only time will tell, but that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. So I think exciting times are ahead. All I have to do right now is stay patient and just wait for the future. Again, I don't think Shiba Inu is going to do bad. I don't think Dogecoin is going to do bad, but I think in terms of hypothetical percentage price increase, I'd rather believe in something like Turbo, and 50 cents is my price target for this bull run. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's Munli the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.